He was he was definitely special Saturday. I mean, he's been special his whole career, but Saturday, just some of the runs he had, his vision's unbelievable. He sees things that I definitely don't see. Um, Not that I should, but he hit some runs there that obviously was big from the standpoint it kept the clock moving and got us in some field goal range a couple times, and then just flipped the field. So just unbelievable performance by him as he always never seems to amaze me.
Is there any, I guess, how do you feel about what Josh Kelly put on the ground, obviously? Is there any concern?
Terrible.
Or?
I mean, yeah, it sucks. I mean, he knows that. I know that. Everybody knows that. Can't do that. You can't do that. He knows that. He felt bad. He's apologized to me twice, and I said, Josh, it's not. I know that's not what he meant to do, but you can't give. Fortunately, our defense came through and held him to 3 points there instead of a touchdown because you just you can't do that in games. Definitely any game, but big games that you just don't turn the ball over on special teams. Yeah, that one, it irks me, but you got to move on too. You just can't sit there and dwell on it. But yeah, we addressed it. We moved on.
It looked like
It was our own guy.
right.
Yeah, it was our own guy. One guy, was chasing the guy, and we shouldn't do that. You never chase a guy going, back towards the returner. And because Josh made the guy miss, and we had a crease. I mean, he was just getting ready to hit the thing, and our own guy hit it out of his hand. But it's just you still got to protect the ball. But yeah, it was our own guy that did it.
So you said the way you coached that, he should not have been going in that.
Yeah, you shouldn't. We call it piggyback. So once you lose your guy, you flip the field and go find somebody unblocked, and you don't ever chase back towards a returner. And the guy that did it, just same thing. He didn't mean he should have done that, because then you're right in the returner's face when the guy breaks, and then his arm hit the ball. Bad time, but it's not an excuse. It's just we can't do that.
How did you feel about Jack's punt? Felt like
Oh, it was great. I mean, heck yeah, make him drive 90 yards. He's been great at that. Austin was the same way. Austin was great, but Jack's, he's put a bunch of balls inside the 10-yard line for us so far. He works it quite a bit, but that situation late in the game, make him drive 90 yards and then come up. The other thing that's big was they missed 2 field goals and we made ours. So it's a big part of the game. Kicking, we've said it, field position. That's field position to me. Kicking, making kicks, making punts, all the stuff that goes with it. So I was happy that they missed and glad we made ours.
How have you felt about Jack's just ability to be called upon? Because it feels like you guys haven't.
He's a different one. Like I said, for me, it's awesome just because he's a different tool that I had not ever had. Because he's got so many different types of kicks that he can do, and it creates a little problem for them. And I still don't even think you've seen the best of Jack. Just because he hasn't had very many opportunities, which is awesome. It means our offense is moving the ball. We're not having to punt near as much, but there's some things out there where I think he can flip the field, given the opportunity as well.
So it's a solid. Go ahead.
Opening kickoff looked like y'all blocked it up.
Oh, it was great. I mean, I think the crease was there. We had one guy on the backside. We try to, our goal is 28 yards. That's what we want. 25 if you fair catch it. You guys know I'm not a fair catch guy. So, yeah, it was right there. I just saw it open up, and then guy kind of fell off on the backside. Then the other one, we got to the 25 where it's hard when they pin you. That guy, they did a good job, when you do that. And then the one, our off returner missed a guy. And that's when they got us inside. That was not good because we still had a lane there too. So everything was blocked up except for the one where we didn't block the backside guy. So Dre's hitting it good. I thought we blocked it up everything really well the other day except for the one that we didn't block the backside with the off returner. But sometimes that happens. They're just thinking Dre's going to make the guy run away from the guy, so you can add that guy into the return. But we should have blocked him. But yeah, he had once again Dre. Start of the game, gets us up on the ball on the 35-yard line, gives us a short field. So,
Burgess' style of punting growing on you? Then?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I love Jack. I mean, I think the biggest thing is he's just fit into this team so well, and he's open to whatever we want to try to do, because I think we do some really good things on our schemes, and Jack has fit into what we're trying to do. And, all players love him, coaches love him. So, like I said, I think the more and more that he gets to do with the open field, I think it's going to help us as well.
You talked about Taj's patience. Is there somebody that you can kind of compare him to? I actually talked to Joey and said Le'Veon Bell maybe just for his patience.
I kind of think he's a little bit like Marshawn Lynch though too, because he just finds the creases and hits them, and then he's going to make the first guy miss. Marshawn Lynch was pretty good at that too. I think the other part of Taj, just out of the backfield, what he's doing, catching the ball too. He does some things, and then goes his pass protection. He made some plays the other day that weren't necessarily his guys that he just saw, and just one that we hit Coy for the touchdown. Same thing, great blitz pickup. Coy had time to throw it, and you guys have seen what, Barron had time to throw it to Coy, and you guys can see what Barron does when he has time.
Kenny, are you talking to those kickers each week about just, are you saying anything to them, or just
Usually I say some crazy wild stuff to them,
But they're understanding this is what we're.
Yeah, they know
doing
it.
for a while.
Yeah, they know it's those two. Like I said, this whole team though. It's all every week someone's stepping up. You guys defensively, we've just gone through the ringer with guys with injuries, and next man up. Same thing with specialists. Coaches. That's one thing about Joey that's awesome. He finds a way to get these kids understanding that we don't care who it is. That whoever's called upon's got to perform, and that's football. And years past, I just like Kitley's called upon. He's had to do some things out of his, comfort zone as an offense coordinator with the injuries we've had and things like that. So I think that's one good thing that Joey's done with our team is we're not going to complain about it. Whoever gets the opportunity is going to be the one that capitalizes. And, fortunately for our kickers, those guys have done a great job. And there's nothing to it. They want to win, and both those guys have a role. And just like Jackson's got a role. Don't make any bad snaps. It's pretty simple. So tough role. He's done it really well. And that's just kind of what you do as a specialist. You move on to the next play and make the kick, make the snap, make the punt.
Role reversal this week, Coach, going on the road, big night game. Your thoughts on Arizona?
Yeah, good football team. I think they're kind of, the good thing is we've played two physical football games, which me personally, I just think that this program we have to get there. We got to learn to win physical football games. That's the thing that I've since I've been here for 3 years and just playing Tech over the years. That's where we've lacked. We got to be able to get in a fight, and win those fights. And I think we've played our defenses, knocked some guys out of games, and our offenses come through when we needed them to come through and punch some balls in the end zone. And we've won games ugly, and that's what you want to do. I don't care how you do it. You got to learn to win games. I know everybody wants to see us score 80 points and win 80 to. I don't. I want to win games. However, you got to win them, because there's going to be a lot of different games in different situations. You've got to find ways to win. And this football team right now is finding ways to win those games, and that's what I love about them.
In terms of the running game, with everybody last year knew Todd was getting the ball, and you had to just because of the injury situation. This year, everybody's kind of healthy. It's rolling on that. How have you seen defenses kind of try to contain the run more, knowing that the pass is still there?
It really, like I said, I look at it simple. Just being, I've coached defense a lot for my life, and then moving the offense. But it kind of goes back into, the whole box. If they got, we got a light box, we're going to run the football. If we got a heavy box, we're going to throw to the guys that have been making plays, the receivers and the tight ends. And that's tough on defenses, because now they start getting into a guess game. And when they start playing a guess game, that kind of goes into our hand, because then the plays that we do have dialed up, Kitley can tell what that is, and he takes advantage. He's done a great job of taking advantage of people when we know what they're in. And so that's the thing that's helped the most, is just Barron being able to take what Kitley teaches them with the box game. It was a light box, heavy box. There's sometimes you get into late in the game where it's a heavy box. We have to run the ball regardless, and that's where I went back to talking about last week with Clay McGuire and Josh Cochran. Man, we're very lucky to have them too, because they have dialed up some schemes with our tight ends and our offensive line that have helped us move the ball when, you know, we get in those situations where we got to run the clock. And, you know, that's the biggest part of it.